That's right. Young Don up in here.
Lil Kiki.
SUC MVP.
Lil No.
Custom made gangsters.
Yeah.
Huge figures. Hustlers, gangsters, and real niggas, you know?
Sippin' on drink, flip-flop paint, butterfly doors, so those. Sippin' on drink, flip-flop paint, butterfly doors, I'm so cold. Sippin' on drink, flip-flop paint, butterfly doors, so those. On drink, flip-flop paint, butterfly doors, I'm so cold.
Yeah, even though we stars, we still in the hood. Jerseys to the flows in my house, hardwood. My steel stainless, you player haters grainless. Watch the flip-flop and take notes how I swing this. See, I'm catching that, condos, better spots. Ice slushy when that H-time weather hot. Got the suicide, butterflies, Batman. Doze up, PS3 playing Pac-Man.
Y'all in the vault, and what we talk about in the vault, stay in the vault. If you want to get in the vault, subscribe, like, and comment. All right, first up today.
All right.
Police brutality.
Police brutality.
That's we seen a dude getting his ass whooped in Brooklyn.
Timothy Brown.
Yeah.
Say his name. Say his name.
You only say it when they died.
Timothy Brown.
He ain't dead.
It ain't matter. Say that man. Put some respect on it. After that, what they having there, you gotta put respect
I'm
on it.
bullshitting. Timothy Brown. Feelings on that?
Feelings on that? Is shit gonna keep happening? Because
What do you mean gonna keep happening?
it's gonna keep happening to
Oh,
us.
I thought you was asking was it gonna keep happening, and then
No,
you know it's gonna keep happening.
It's gonna keep happening, but simple fact,
That
we don't have
niggas
no.
exist?
No, this is the unity. Until we unify
That
as
ain't
a
gonna
people.
stop police from
no,
beating
this is
our
what
ass.
I'm saying. No, but what I'm saying is this. We gonna continue to have problems until we become one. And what I'm mean by that is,
You need to explain that because I'm not getting it.
okay, when I talk about become a problem, we too separated as a people. And we need to start standing more together instead of like the Candace Owens always putting us down. Ain't nobody gonna care about us if we don't show we care about each other. So that kind of shit happens. I mean, we've seen other races get it done, but we make up 13%, bro. And so at the end of the day, until we start showing more unity with each other instead of being so separate, ain't no other racists and cops gonna do that shit. George Floyd happened, and we almost sung and got together, whatever. Then next thing you know, 2-3 weeks later, here come another cop doing it. And then we continuously start putting each other down.
So you think?
I'm not saying that ain't gonna continue to happen, but we have to start showing more unity and togetherness. It's my thing.
Yeah, but you think unity is what's getting our ass whooped?
No.
Oh, well, we're talking about police brutality.
I understand the police brutality part, but what I'm saying is this is going to keep happening. How many times you see other people just get whooped like this and drugged like that, how we get
Well,
done
you
all
know
the
the white people ain't gonna get done like that because they the ones doing the ass whooping.
Well, that's the first question I had is like, why this shit keep happening?
Well, I'm gonna tell you
I
why
asked that
this
question because it started, Rodney King. We can just keep
Well, it didn't
I mean, it didn't
Yeah,
start that,
that's the
but
first
but
film.
I'm saying like that's the first time it was filmed and we saw it, and we keep seeing it happen time and time again. Breonna Taylor, Tamir Rice, George Floyd,
Michael Brown.
Michael Brown.
Michael Brown. We can just
Nigga, you
keep
gonna
going
take up the
on
whole
and on.
podcast with the names that you
But-
list for this shit.
The reason why it keep happening is that the country, what people don't want to admit is that the country is a racist country.
Bingo!
It's rooted in racism. The foundation of
We
this
need
country
unity, but for
is
brutality,
racism.
bingo!
So that point right there is the point that I was gonna bring up. It don't have anything to do with unity. It don't have anything to do with blacks being together.
Racism.
It's racism.
Yes.
So cops, it's the training for cops.
Yep.
So if you think about it, cops have hated, like white people hated a lot of black people since their time, right? So when you hire racist cops, it's a hatred. Now it could be a black cop that don't like black guys. It's gonna be the same thing, right?
And usually they getting in to kiss the white cop ass that they hanging out with, so they behave the same as he do.
Exactly, it's a training thing, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, this might not even happen in our lifetime on when it's turned around because people raise their kids to be racist.
Yeah.
And they get
That's
into
why it
the,
don't
they get into
end
the
right
game and then all they see is a black guy who means totally nothing to them.
Yeah.
And we
So
had this.
they gon' do what they need. That's a learned thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they not even thinking about it. All the shit, all the names that Cliff just named. It didn't, and everything, especially like with George Floyd, which was kind of the latest, like the worst, one of the biggest things within the last 10 years or whatever. They still don't care because they feel like they can still get away with it.
Well, right. They never really truly punished for what they do.
That's another reason.
They never really they're not
That's
held
another
accountable for it. And everything you say is correct. I believe everything y'all talking
And
about.
I'll tell you another thing is the reason why it keeps happening. They enjoy, and I'm not talking about every white person, but the ones that are into this shit,
Exactly.
they like it when it's America where niggas walking around scared. You gotta be scared of them. Don't look them in the eye like back in the day and shit. That's what that shit they trying to get back to. So that you walking around terrified of white people and shit. They love that because then they have control. The reason you have Trump is because of the 8 years of Obama. When he won, that scares the shit out of them. That make them think we ain't got enough control no more. So we gonna go all the way to the other side to Trump. That's why this keeps like that.
Because they see us as a threat.
Yeah.
And I ain't talking about a physical threat.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm talking about a mental
Where they don't have
Because now
control.
we're becoming doctors and we're becoming lawyers and we're becoming the president of the United States of America.
Yep.
And they don't like that shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the question is, how do we start putting an end to it?
But to Gerald's point, people are not born racist.
No, that's
You know
something
what I'm
that
saying?
you're
That's
groomed to
your
be.
family.
Yeah.
So we have to get generations. We still like one generation past civil rights and shit. So all these white men that's in power now, they was young learning about segregation and hatred of black people and stuff, right? Until those type of people start dying off, and then hopefully, eventually a generation or two down the line, their kids will start thinking differently.
But that's the problem about it dying off, because it don't die off if you keep on training the next generation
Well, that's
the
what I'm
same
saying.
way.
You hopefully,
Yeah.
because there are some
tell you what's
racist
gonna end
parents
up.
who kids get to a point where they say, "Oh no, that shit ain't cool."
Yeah, I've seen it,
I
yeah.
can't co-sign that, mom and dad.
We've seen it on
Yeah.
TV.
But you're gonna have to see it to a percentage that it actually changes something, right? Because I've seen like some of them think like what you talking about now, right? And they say, no, the black guys are cool or something, right? Then he get in an argument, the same kind of argument he might have had with a white dude, but he had with a black dude, become a fight. Black dude whoop his ass. Now it's nigger time. Right? And then his feelings change and he go right back into that shell. I actually seen a documentary where a white dude went through that and ended up joining the Klan and shit.
Yeah.
And they taking the ass whooping from the black dude makes them turn his way. Somebody white could have whooped his ass. You ain't start hating white people.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of mentality people have. And when people keep on piling it on, and a lot of this shit, like I say, they teaching it to their kids because they want to keep control.
Right.
When you control things, you get to make all the money because you get to decide what happened. And that's what they want to keep going.
So you don't think like, you're right. When I was talking about the unity part, when Malcolm X back in the day, when they went to go get Brother Johnson and they had that, them cops was like, shit, they did this
They
shit.
still was whooping niggas ass.
Yeah, they was, but it was like, we gonna have to be a little bit more careful. These days, they don't give a fuck.
Dude,
They just
They really didn't give a fuck back then.
Well, true, but I'm just saying, it's like anything set them off. They finna drag you out, hit you with the bottom.
Back then, too.
We don't have
But
no
then,
leaders
like
here
this, Marcus,
today to go ahead and try to put us
it's
together.
worse now,
Yeah.
Marcus, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Well,
Because
that's what he's saying is worse now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's the same.
Because what I'm saying is worse in the fact that back then they didn't have cell phone cameras, right?
Yeah.
That make
Now-
it better now.
No, because it's being shown right now. I'm saying it's better for the world to see, but cops still doing it even though it's being shown.
Yeah.
It's not stopping cops from
Yeah.
doing
Well,
it.
it's never gonna stop.
Because they
You
keep
know-
getting off, right?
Exactly. Why I said they keep getting off.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I said they keep getting off of the shit.
Well, the thing about what Chris just said that brought something to mind was he said KKK. Now we talking about a movement,
Yeah.
right? And anybody in this room know what a movement is. It's major. It's like
Yeah.
MAGA. That's a movement. It's kind of like a cult, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
The only way you gonna stop all that, the KKK can no longer exist. And who gonna stop all that?
Well, KKK is more than an organization; it's a mindset. So you cannot be in the KKK and still have the same beliefs as them.
But you got them who pushing that ball further and further out.
They push it when they together.
Which
But
makes it
KKK
hard to get
is
rid of
actually an
racism.
organization. It was members in KKK.
Yeah.
So you could probably get rid of them.
That's why I'm.
But MAGA is an ideology. It's like,
Yeah.
it's not like a membership. It's just like people who think like Trump think.
The KKK is the same thing.
All that
But I'm
stuff
saying
is a membership
it's
to me,
all like
man.
under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
saying like you can't like, especially people that's like 60, 70, you're not gonna change their mind.
Because what do you think came first? The Klan or the mentality to build a Klan?
The mentality.
So there you go. So the organization is just something to become organized.
Just to be-
the
yeah.
mentality is what they do.
And depending on where you go,
They couldn't form it without all thinking this
Yeah.
shit, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you get. But back to the police brutality thing. I was thinking about this. If you was a cop, is there anything that you would arrest somebody for that you would feel like, I'm gonna beat this motherfucker's ass?
If I was a cop,
if I was a cop, anything. I ain't gonna lie. I can think of something.
molestation.
Child
There you go.
molestation.
That's
what I was
mine
gonna say.
right there.
I was gonna say child molestation, rape.
Yeah, that one
Rape or
too.
Beating up some elderly.
Yeah,
person,
that one
80
too.
years
Yeah.
old. You
Yeah.
know, like, man, you know what? You going to jail, but you gonna take this shit with you to jail.
And I asked that question to say this. You constantly beating niggas' asses for nothing and shooting and killing them and all that. And I saw a cop, I want to say, this motherfucker had raped and killed somebody. Y'all may remember this when I finish this up. And they stopped at Burger King or something and bought the nigga
Yeah.
a burger on the
Yeah.
way to
Remember
jail.
that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
shit?
That was a white
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
And that's when he shot up the church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's what it
Yeah.
was. That's exactly
But
what it
that
was.
Dylan Roof, right?
Got him something
Yeah.
to eat.
Dylan Roof.
Now this nigga gonna get a burger, fries, supersized, and all the whole nine. Nigga ain't done shit. Might have some tickets, and you run him down, and he end up dead and shit.
Yeah.
You know. But here's a motherfucker that shot up a church. Not one lick thrown. This motherfucker gets a meal out the deal.
But then go back further than that. Just put a black man in that situation.
He wasn't gonna get no burger. I tell you. Oh, you
He
damn
dead.
right he would.
He gonna take the- he
You
gonna
gotta
take that ride.
realize, how did this man make it out of this church with a gun
Yeah.
shooting these people up?
yeah.
Nobody can explain that.
No.
You didn't want to kill him.
No.
Because the first thing you gonna do if you come into fire as a cop, you got to kill this man. He done already showed you what he gonna do. It
Yeah.
ain't no, you can't sit there and try to rationalize with this man.
Yeah.
You got to take him out.
Exactly. But when I watched, and I'm going back, the George Floyd thing back in the day, this is what appalled me about all that. This man is in broad daylight with his knee literally on his, and people is sitting there watching this man just.
Because if they come up there, they got an excuse to shoot them.
But the other, it's like three other, and one of the black cop there.
Oh, the cops was, all of them was contributing to the shit.
Exactly.
Once you in the
Yeah,
police
Chinese
department,
or something.
it ain't really about
It-
black or
it's
white.
blue.
It's the whole blue wall.
It's the blue, yeah. And I'm looking, I'm saying,
So remember, it was black cops that killed that dude in Tennessee. What was his name?
yeah, the
In
four,
Memphis.
yeah, there was four black cops,
Yeah.
4 of them,
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They were black cops.
yeah.
There's no accountability.
Well, see, you know what happens there? You ever seen those motherfuckers that never get the chick? You know what I'm saying? They the bullshit nigga
Yeah.
in school.
Yeah.
Nobody. Throw them motherfuckers a badge and you got problems, Jack.
Well, see,
because now they finna get out every kind of goddamn revenge that thought they could get
And that's one
with
thing
that badge.
I thought about with this topic is this stuff stems from childhood. Even if they not racist, let's say they.
Well, I'm talking about the black ones. The white ones be just racist.
Well, you got
and that shit.
You got them being bullied as a kid, right? So a lot of them take on this profession and put that badge on, and people think they above the law because he got that badge on.
And they show them that they above it.
And I know for a fact, me and Chris, and I'm sure some other people in this room have dealt with a cop. Putting his power when it really didn't need to be done.
Used to happen all the time.
I'm sure everybody in this room has been stopped for nothing while driving. Has walked into a store and been followed around for no motherfucking reason.
Especially when I was younger.
Now it don't happen a lot when I was younger.
I was thinking about something.
And I think because I ain't as active anymore.
I was thinking about this the other day, like, cause you have a black son, you have a black son. Like my girlfriend, her son just started driving and stuff. So now, you know, well, even when we were driving, they had to be taught about like not just the machinations of driving, like, you know,
protocol,
have heavy foot and all that. Now you got to teach them about how to behave when the police stop.
Oh, that ain't new.
Cause that's what I'm saying. It ain't new. Because even we had to be taught that shit too. Right, and that's crazy to me, man. Like it goes beyond just learning how to drive. You got to learn how to navigate around the bullshit.
That was
police, because you're a black man in America. Man.
That was a top subject that I had with my kid.
Exactly.
My girlfriend said,
I just need you to make it home. This is what I need you to do.
Have to have that discussion.
Or give yourself the best shot to, because them crazy motherfuckers, he do everything right and they still care.
I say this is only to make sure you make it home.
Exactly.
And my point is that's the part. That's like part of the education
you have to get.
Drive now.
I had to. I was young. Like you said, we was young and getting stopped. I got stopped by police, and my cousin was in the passenger, and it wasn't no license plate. I was in a rental car. And it was a black cop. He came. I just need this. So my cousin say he gonna jump like this to the back seat to reach to get the. And the cop say, "Hey, what you?" I said, "What the hell
was
you
he
doing?"
reaching to get?
The license plate was in the back seat.
Can't do that.
But he gonna jump. He said, "Oh, is this right?" And the cop went just like this. I say, "Hey, bro, don't ever do that shit."
I made that mistake one time.
That must have been his first stop.
I don't know. I'm just letting them know, bro. You cannot. All I was doing was giving him the license plate.
We was experienced with the police.
Shit, you ain't lying.
I couldn't even brush his hair.
Hell no, a cop got anxious and shit.
When I got stopped by a cop over here a couple of years ago, he say, "You know, you ran that stop sign." I say, "Okay, yeah, I did." He say, "Don't you think you did?" I say, "Mr. Officer."
Was it in Sugar Land?
Yeah. I say, if you say I ran the stop sign, you the authority here. I ran the stop sign. All he did was stick it. He say, and he let me go. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta know.
I'll tell you this, and I've been surprised. I've been staying in Sugar Land for about 14 years now.
I'm about to say 10, yeah.
And the police over here treat me way better than they ever did in HPD.
Yeah.
HPD, I was constantly harassed. These people waved to me the whole nine over here.
Yeah, I was over here.
All of them have treated me nice over here. And I was surprised because I expected the opposite. I gotta say, I just like to give props when props is due. And I haven't had any kind of racial treatment, and I'm used to that shit happening.
It's crazy. You would think.
Yes, but like I say, when somebody is raping and murdering people, and it don't incense this cop enough to beat somebody's ass that you know raped and killed, they walk them around to show them where all the bodies are. Nobody lays a hand on them. And I'm not saying that they should, but I would understand your anger a little more than just beating somebody's ass just because they black. The whole right?
Exactly. They wouldn't accept it, but they would understand.
Yes, and that's why I asked that question, because where does this anger just build? You got so much hatred for a motherfucker just because he's black, but a nugget that just raped and killed people, you just march him to jail like it's nothing?
Because they think that we are less than.
Yeah, they do. That's why they used to say that. Remember that joke? What's the difference between a dead dog in the street and a dead nigga in the street? And it's skid marks before the dog? You ever heard that joke before? They used to say that shit all the time, meaning they tried to stop for the dog. That's the kind of shit they used to make jokes and shit about.
People, they ain't really intimidated by blacks. Racist white folks?
Yeah,
they definitely intimidated by us.
And they've lied to niggas for years. Remember when, well, you don't remember, you wasn't there, but during slavery when you got in trouble for learning how to read.
Oh, yeah.
But the running theory for them was niggas was too stupid to learn how to read. So if we too stupid, you ain't got to worry about us learning how to read. We ain't capable of it, right? They know better than a lot of the shit they say. That's why you got the rule where you get in trouble if you learn how to read and shit.
Because they know deep down what they did to us. I'm not talking about slavery.
Right.
They know it was wrong.
Yeah.
They know, they think that if we ever become into power,
I
we
think
gonna do the same thing to them.
They would think that.
And think about it. This we talking back in the day, in the 60s and before in the 70s, all that. Even in the 80s when they wouldn't allow black guys to be quarterbacks because they were saying a quarterback position is more cerebral than
right, exactly.
And ain't no way no black man gonna be able to do that. This was just the other day. If you really want to break it down, we ain't talking
wasn't that long ago.
Nah, it wasn't that long ago.
You know, in the 80s. Yeah. So they felt like we were just that stupid. That's why now they realize and see how fast it took us to catch up though. Even all that time they had their foot on our neck. See how fast we came out that hole. And that's the fear is, shit, man, they learn at an exceptional rate.
Oh, they already knew that shit. Yeah. That's why they try to go through the tactics of holding you back with the voter stuff they do. Because once it gets to a point where I can't control it, I know what they capable of. They just as smart as us. I know what they capable of. But in order for me to keep control, I have to do these type of things to maintain that control. Because, and I tell people this all the time, when you get a constitution and laws and the whole nine, they only as strong as the people that are willing to follow them, right? So what right about now, we're not following them, right? Because they start to work for you. So when they start working for you, I'm gonna force some shit to happen because now y'all taking advantage of this shit because the original way we got all this freedom was for making them hypocrites to their own constitution, right?
Right, exactly.
But so now, since you tried that, we just gonna say, fuck the Constitution. And what it actually comes down to, you know when they say violence is never the answer, and I'm not promoting violence to anybody out there, but you know when they say violence is not the answer, if it comes down to it where they wanna keep that control, watch and see don't they get violence. You got your first example, well, one of the many examples on January 6th, right?
Right.
Right, once it didn't work for them, we can go in there and storm this shit, but when they see some niggas doing something somewhere, then how many niggas you think would have been dead out there?
Oh, man, it'd have been a slaughterhouse.
That was nothing but black people.
It'd have been a slaughterhouse.
You damn right.
Dead niggas on that
you damn right.
It'd have been a slaughterhouse.
Just think about all this stuff. Who is the worst person against the Constitution of these United States?
You know who it
right
is.
now.
Donald Trump.
Jesus Christ.
That is.
Oh, you gotta say orange though.
They know what I'm talking about. If you've been following Orange Christ.
So just imagine, bro, the white man wrote this.
Yeah.
And now you got this white man who's like, the hell with your Constitution.
See, where they fucked up at is they should have been honest with themselves that they was racist and said all white men are created equal.
Exactly.
Because that's definitely what it was for.
Because it still would have been fucked up, but at least it would have been on paper that they would.
Well, back then, they thought of us as property anyway, so
they didn't think nothing of them niggas.
Yeah, but once you progress.
But see, now I would rather see a fight of moving the white man name off of it, right? That would make more sense to me if they would have put that on.
Yeah.
Then it could have came to another fight and say, hey, y'all got to move this name off here and say everybody. But they should have been.
If they would have put that in there, they still would have been fucked up. But at least they would have been factual to what they was trying to do.
But I think, like, you know, like when you see white people talking about Trump as God sent and all this kind of stuff, I think they're right. But only because I think God is showing us, to your point, that the Constitution It wasn't this foolproof document that protected us from all this.
It wasn't meant for us, period.
I'm talking about people in general. Like it showed us, like he said, that the Constitution is only as strong as the people that abide by it.
Correct.
And this show, and what he's doing is showing us that no.
And that's what I'm saying.
You can circumvent this.
Correct.
You can do this. So now, this is a reflective moment for people who really won't change to go and say, hey man, we got to stop people like, because after Trump, it's going to be another Trump.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere down the line.
Yeah,
almost.
So we got to change some things now so this shit can't happen again.
And see, remember
I agree,
in one of the past podcasts when I said 2 + 2 = 4. But if everybody in the world but you say it's 5, then it's 5.
It's gonna be 5.
Right? It's wrong, but it's 5 now.
But that's what's going on
because
right
everybody
now.
agrees with it, and that's what happens in the Constitution.
Shit, Trump said this out his own mouth. If you say a lie enough times, it eventually gonna become the truth.
But if enough people just decide to agree with you that it's the truth,
exactly.
But
even though it's a lie, that's what's happening.
That's
now.
what we're seeing right before
Yeah,
our eyes.
correct.
They telling us what we hear and what we see is not real.
Right.
Exactly.
Let me ask you.
And then everybody's like, oh, okay.
But to that point, like the Timothy Brown thing.
Yeah.
What I don't understand about police brutality cases is they always say we got to investigate. Now, I agree with the process and shit.
I know it's some preliminary shit, but when we looking at
when
the
I'm
shit,
looking at the shit, I saw the cop swing and hit this motherfucker at least once. Now maybe he missed 9 other times.
And since when?
10%, it's not good in boxing. But when it comes to police whooping niggas' ass, 10% is all I need.
But since when?
You know what I'm saying?
Did they
say this nigga guilty?
But since when did they just come in and just start beating your ass? They didn't even attempt to arrest, really.
Exactly.
And they just started swinging on this nigga.
Man, I mean, I don't even see the man fighting back.
Me either. He wondered what the fuck going on.
Through
Glass. Glass on top of that.
And they swinging. You
then
trying
when
to
he
hold yourself.
One was like this. Let me get a good one right here.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm talking about. That I saw. Like, do it take all that? To me,
This leads to my next question. What effect do you think MAGA has had on police brutality?
It had a big effect.
Amplified.
it's amplified.
It's great.
Looking for the word.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying is how they just came in there and started. From the part of the video I seen, they came in and immediately got in this nigga's ass. I ain't see no attempt to like say, turn around, you under arrest, or none of that shit. They just started swinging on this nigga.
When Trump said the whole "Make America Great Again," if people don't know what this goddamn man mean by that shit, because it never was great.
They lying to themselves if they don't know what it means. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's their control. When they go to the ballot, just think about this. When you go to the ballot and vote for a man that done grabbed people's pussy, been convicted of rape, made people storm the Capitol, all of these things, and I'm just naming a few.
Yeah.
All of these things, if anybody else had done that, they would say he was unfit for office.
Right.
They run their ass out and vote for him because of the backlash of Barack Obama being president. That's what happened here.
Convicted fella, he can run for president, but you can't vote.
Yes.
Make that shit make sense.
And then now he rigging the states.
I keep saying it. Racism has always been here.
Always.
It's been in all aspects of our life.
Yeah.
But when he came around, he made it okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Publicly racist.
Yeah.
So now nobody hiding it anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you don't have to, because see, the thing about it is, when you think about everything that happened, Kamala was more qualified in Xfinity over Trump.
Yeah.
Infinity as being the president.
Yeah.
But they wasn't ready for not only a black person again, but a black woman.
Right.
Oh,
So they had to shut that down. That's just unfortunate that she had to deal with him herself, and that we got what we got. But see, now when you look at the polls, all these people that voted for him, even a lot of the prominent MAGA people with big time podcasts with millions of people, they're against him now.
Yeah.
So
because it's affecting them
and
now.
so to me,
Right.
I don't even buy that shit, right?
I don't
You can't
either.
like a ex MAGA person cannot come have a conversation with me and have it make sense.
Yeah.
Because all I'm gonna say is, man, look, you saw that before it happened.
Yeah,
Before
but
that.
they
Nothing
didn't
you can
care
tell me.
because it was happening to somebody
Exactly.
else, right?
Yeah.
Now
it's fucking
trickling
with
down
you.
in your life.
Exactly.
So now you want to like Marjorie Taylor.
Exactly.
The only thing, she was a big time Trump fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now some of her people getting caught up in it, and some things he's doing that she don't like. Now she's like, oh, he's horrible. He been horrible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He ain't never changed.
No.
Yeah.
You can't come to me and say, well, I didn't know. Like all those people saying, I didn't vote for this. You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't like that man was not telling you what he was gonna do or what he
Then
wasn't
you got
gonna
the
do.
people like Herschel Walker.
Hey man, you know what?
Now you
That's a
talking
whole
about a,
different topic.
yeah, you talking about a nigga that can't read.
but back to that.
That
back to
motherfucker is.
Back to that.
Shit.
Back to that police brutality.
He on the spectrum.
Hell,
Yeah.
he need his ass whooped.
Yeah,
Where the cops at for that
Man,
shit?
he not even. I can't even have a conversation about it. I don't even want to waste my breath talking
Hell
about
yeah.
that idiot. Back to police brutality though. The main thing about this is training, right? We're going to have racism, but it's got to be some accountability.
Right.
And until, all that training takes place, because one thing everybody know about a cop, if they come up on the scene, the main thing is to not let things get out of hand.
De-escalate.
You have to
De-escalate.
de-escalate the situation.
Yeah.
But any cop back in the day that I came across escalated the
Yeah.
situation. At
Aggressive.
the end of the day, we all men, man, and I'm gonna tell you right now.
Because he wants you to react.
He gonna get it.
That's
he
what
gonna
he
get that smoke, and it's like
You lucky you alive.
you gonna say something like.
Yeah, because I used to piss me
But
off too. I
Chris,
ain't
you
gonna
know,
lie.
you even
Yeah.
said it. You
Yeah.
even was there when you
Yeah.
was brushing your hand, and the cop was like, "What you doing?" You told, "What you think I'm gonna do? Brush you to death?"
Yeah.
You could have easily just put your brush down.
Correct.
But you gonna give them a little something.
And it's because the collection of incidents that happen to
Yeah.
you, you get tired. You
Yeah.
get
Right.
exhausted. And it is best to try to control yourself, but at a certain point,
It's
you're
hard,
tired of this
I
shit.
know, yeah.
Like you say,
yeah.
I'm a man. And I don't feel like you coming to me trying to steal my manhood
Exactly.
without a dick and shit, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate that shit. And people get tired of it, but they are looking for that so they can do
And
something to
that's
you.
the bad part about our race is we are taught to be tough.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, your dad, your mom, if your dad ain't in your life, your mom in your life, they tell you one thing: don't take no shit off nobody.
And my
Yeah.
daddy definitely preached that.
But see, that goes into the whole thing. As a matter of fact, when a cop pull you over, you in the danger zone.
Yeah.
But the way you was taught,
Yeah.
man, you not. It's only so
Much you can
much
take.
he can snatch or
Yeah.
do something
Yeah.
to you before you like. Hey man, hold on with this bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that just gives him an excuse.
It gives
Bel
an
Air-
excuse.
But let me ask y'all this. With you see the police brutality in California,
Yeah.
Rodney King. That was Brooklyn, New York. You've seen several up there.
Right.
You've seen it in Boston, right?
Correct.
Now, what's in common with all three of these states is they're all Democratic states. So if we're getting all this footage from those Democratic states, what y'all think might be happening in places like Mississippi and
I'm sure
Alabama
it
and
has,
shit
yeah.
like that we don't get to
Right,
see?
exactly.
Because
Yeah.
you got a bunch of black people that are real poor that may not have the influx of phones there to be able to film shit. Plus it's rural where there might not be a lot of people there to even film it, right?
Right.
So what you think might be happening in these places?
It's
You
worse.
can only
worse.
fucking imagine,
It's worse.
right?
It's worse.
Yeah, I know a guy out there say, man, the police out there in Mississippi, he from Mississippi.
You gonna get away with damn near anything now.
Man, he say it's bad out there, bro.
You damn right it is.
Like Bel Air. I had got pulled, this when I was younger, we was talking about younger days. I got pulled over there 3 times in 1 week. That last time I got pulled over, I couldn't take it. I got smart with the guy, and next thing I know, it's 4 police cars coming behind me.
Yeah.
And
You're
it
a
was
threat now.
Yeah, now I'm a threat, and I'm like, bro.
What had happened?
I had passed the car in front of me was a police car. He going slow. So I went around him.
I do the same thing.
And I went around him. Then he, woo, woo, woo. And I say, man, what you stop me for?
Because you know why?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why. Have you ever noticed when the police driving on the street, everybody slow down and they scared to pass?
Yeah.
And they not even going to speed limit.
Correct.
I do the speed limit.
I go around their ass just doing the speed limit. But what it is that cop think you disrespecting him by going around him. That's the kind of nuts they have because of a badge.
And he gonna tell me because you don't have no front license plate. I say, man, he said, it's a million cars out here ain't got no front license plate, but I got one in the back.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I said, this is the third time this week y'all done pulled me over for nothing.
And if you was behind him, he can see in his rearview mirror you ain't have it. Why he didn't fuck around until you passed his ass?
Exactly.
That's the kind of, because he feel like you disrespected him when you passed him. And I'm telling you, when I had the last job I just had, we had an office in Jackson, Mississippi. I think it was Jackson, Mississippi. It was in Mississippi, whatever city it was in. I think it was Jackson though. So when we first opened this office, I had to go out there and set up the routers and switches and stuff so they could connect to Houston, right? So my trip there, I go across that long ass bridge in Louisiana with the water and shit. So the shortcut to get to Mississippi from there was to make this turn. I can't remember the street. This ain't a trip. I took the trip like maybe 4 or 5 times when I was working there. I swear to God, it's a place where it's woods for it seemed like about 20 or 30 miles going to Mississippi. And when I was driving through that shit, I was sitting there like,
man,
if a cop pulled my ass over right here, exactly.
Yeah.
You'll never know. They'll probably dispose of this car just like they did the 3 motherfuckers when that came and did the voting thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And for somebody to have to drive in America as an American citizen
To think that
and worry about some shit like that, tell you where we at. This shit ain't fake. And they tried to, and before phones, they was trying to say black people was making all this shit up. Well, now you can't say they making it up. So now that's when you see it flip to where, well, they don't give a fuck if you making it up or not. We do what we want to do. That's basically the mentality they taking now. The same mentality they took back in the day for the again part of MAGA. Because again means going back to that shit. This is the same shit.
But the thing about it is, you hear a lot of white people that they got the balls to say, oh, every time something happened to a black person, they pull the race card.
That's why I'm talking about the phone thing,
and so
right
now
there.
you can't talk to me as a white person.
They try to act like you was lying and shit, but like it doesn't really happen.
They trying to say it's racism. Racism is gone.
Exactly.
You don't live in my shoes. I see it all the time.
Them motherfuckers see it too.
Exactly.
But when you can show it to them,
but they get mad because every time you see something on the news, somebody say they racist, and the white man they be, oh, here we go.
But before that phone, they could say that shit and nobody couldn't show you. And you say, hey, what about this right here? I been flip up. What about this right here?
It ain't that. See, that's the part that they don't understand that we have to do. Yeah. Because if we don't do it, then we get right back to where we came from.
And here you go. You talking about you playing the race car? Well, motherfucker, stop dealing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I say this here shit too. I have seen a lot of real white folks coming out and denouncing this racism and saying shit like really understanding what black people, and I'm glad to see that. I'll say this that I don't like about a lot of black people I see. You'll see somebody white trying to come in and help us, and we get mad at them. You ain't black, we don't need your help. Then what the fuck are you protesting for?
Exactly.
Because you protesting to get them to side with you so you can make something happen. So why, if somebody come up to you and try to be an ally to you and they white, why you can't accept that?
You have to accept that because that's where it starts. That's ground zero.
Exactly. And if you got somebody that understand what's going on, true enough, they ain't walking in your shoes, but they understand what's happening is wrong, and they trying to be an ally to you, and you pushing them away. I mean, you making the problem worse.
You know who stated that the best was Malcolm X, right? Because that's how he was. He didn't want no white people involved.
He ended up changing later.
He changed.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Correct.
That's my point that I'm bringing is he came up and said, well, hey, I used to feel like y'all couldn't understand because they not black. And back then, everything they went through is nothing compared to what we went through. We gotta know, we gotta put that on the table to say, what we dealing with was nothing.
Right.
Not even close.
Water holes, dogs, and everything.
So when you get somebody that's white and you can talk to them and they understand what's going on and they don't like it, you have to embrace that person into your world, because that's who's gonna go out to the next person, because they gonna go to some little white party or whatever and somebody gonna say something and they gonna be like, well, hold on, man.
Yeah.
That ain't right.
I tell you, another thing that's gonna help this shit too is interracial marriages and shit. Because when you have like unless it's Clarence Thomas or some shit, but
that's a whole
but like
story.
most times when you marry somebody black, that white person kind of takes on the plight of their spouse or whatever. Like, it's a comedian I like named Bill Burr. Have you ever seen
I heard
him?
it.
He real good. That motherfucker funny the motherfucker.
Yeah.
But when he do his stand up, you hear him. You can hear it in what he's talking about. That he know what black people going through. His wife is black too, but he can tell, and that's what I'm saying. You got to accept them kind of people as allies, man.
Exactly. Otherwise, we won't get nowhere.
Exactly. Let me ask y'all this too. Do y'all think, and I think I know what y'all answer gonna be to this shit, but like, you think police brutality is basically a continuation of what the beatings in slavery were?
Oh, I totally do.
Right? I was sure everybody was gonna agree with that.
That's what I started off with.
It's a means of control, right?
It's a means of control, and it's a means of a thought process that you can't get out your head, that's been painted to whether you feel like you have to treat a black person like that.
Yeah, I'm saying that we less than that.
Yeah.
I remember it was a couple of years ago, it was a guy, he was taking care of a patient. And he was in the middle of the street, and the cop stopped him, and they had the gun drawn on him. And he was just like this, on his knees, just like this. And the cop shot. And then the other cop said, what you shoot him for? He said, I don't know.
I didn't see that shit.
Yeah, it was some years ago. Y'all didn't see that shit?
Nah.
And the dude was just on the ground.
And what happened to the motherfucker that shot him?
Probably got suspended or something.
Oh, you didn't see it?
I didn't see what happened to him, but I was just like, I'm trying to find
y'all when I find out.
I'm trying to find that shit.
Yeah.
He just was down street, no problem. He just got shot.
That reminds me of that subway incident. Remember that black guy that was down? The cops, I can't even remember his name. I'm gonna have to do some research on that and get back. But it was a whole little issue. The cops ran up on all these little black kids, right? The black guy was down. Everybody was down. And they end up shooting one of the guys.
Is that they made a movie out of that?
They made a movie
with Michael B. Jordan.
They made a movie out of that.
Talking about Fruitvale Station.
Yeah.
Fruitvale
Station.
It's like,
that's a true story.
Yeah, they like, man, what? Even one of the cops said, man, what you shooting for?
Yeah.
And they kind of said
he thought he was pulling his tape.
Yeah. So
but
it's
the
like,
dude was on the ground, on his stomach.
and he shot him.
Yeah.
Remember the cop that in Dallas that walked in the wrong apartment?
Yeah. And shot that man.
And you know what, man, as black people, we constantly pray and pray. And nothing wrong with prayer.
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong about prayer. We constantly praying, right? With all the prayer we do, we still getting the same thing, right? We praying to Jesus and the whole nine, right?
Right.
So, we just talked about how from slavery, this same shit is going on. So let's put the two together. What y'all think about suffrage between Jesus versus slaves? Who y'all think suffered the most?